Good afternoon. My name is Karen Wilhack, Chair of the Catholic Skull Senior Honor Society. On behalf of the Catholic Skull Society and Rutgers University, it is my honor to welcome to the TAG of 2017. Not to understate the obvious, but today is a very big deal. It is a very happy and special day for the Catholic Skull undergraduates, both the incoming class and those turning undergraduate careers, the class of 2016. But also for the families, friends, mentors, and thank you to all. Thank you again for coming.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the historic Kirkpatrick Chapel and the TAG of the class of 2017. Before we get started today, I would like to thank Professor Miller for again setting up a live stream for us for today. Catholic Skull alumni across the country and a few across the globe are able to watch on YouTube because of that stream, so thank you very much. Sam, the photographs, each year we had phenomenal pictures we're able to put up on the website. And lastly, Echo runs Kirkpatrick Chapel. Kirkpatrick has a great significance to the university, and he's so generous with the chapel's time each year, so we thank you for doing that. I'm going to be here today. Uncle Joe said this is baptism, and he asked me to fill in My name is Joe Cashin. I'm the undergraduate advisor for the class of 2017 of the society in general. Tom Muller, I wrote for Tom Muller. Tom was the advisor for several of the alumni skulls, and I really look to do just 1/8 of the job Tom has done. But it's not just me. Many younger alumni are taking an active role in the society. Karen Miller, class of 2011, does a great job organizing today's event. Julie Stringy, class of 2012, does a phenomenal job organizing the pin ceremony in the fall. Mary Diamond, group of Andrew Poppy, they all do a great job organizing and putting together the newsletter each year. Jay Rowley, class of 2013, website for us. And Gabby Ross has grown our donor base astronomically. She's the class of 2014 as well, so we thank all of them. What's great happens to all alumni that are close to the state of New Jersey that are across the country. There's a big contingent in the state of California. Organized mixers and happy hours, really continuing that bond that started their final year as an undergraduate. And today we welcome a new group of 18 alumni, and that's the class of 2016. In the eyes of the society, you are now alumni, and we are excited to have you. We welcome you, and thank you for just doing a phenomenal job all the year. But today, we are thrilled to induct the class of 20. So the class of 2017, that last little bit of advice, or that last little comment to the class of 2016 that they are now alumni, Jordan. Right? But take a look over proud, you'll be sitting there before you know it. I'll be here to give you any advice or guidance the alumni have to ensure your final year is the enjoyable experience so many of us have. And that's why we're here. We want to make sure that you have your final senior year be as great a year as possible. Today is a very special day, and every incoming class is the same. Take lots of pictures today. Go ahead. We rush through practice a little bit so that we can take pictures beforehand. Try to start as close as possible so that we're able to take pictures outside of the campus before we have to head into the wines and before everyone gets hungry. So take lots of pictures today. But not only with your fellow classmates, with your family and friends that are here supporting you today. Take one more look, look out over your shoulder. They've grown you into the great men and women you are. And family and friends, you should be incredibly proud. Now today's inductions touch on some of the history of the university and the society, but I wanted to speak about some of the more recent history of both. Rutgers now is a research university, a medical school, and a member of the Big Ten Conference. And as Rutgers grows, life on campus is scattered across the Brunswick Texas Skyway. In addition, traditional institutions like Rutgers College, traditional institutions are changed and don't always resemble their former selves. But as for us, Captain Skull's been able to grow its impact on campus. We're opening a building this summer, and pictures of Captain's current students and alumni are used all the time in university ads for alumni weekends and Rutgers Day and graduation. So while other institutions go through drastic changes, So while other institutions go through drastic changes, we're able to eclipse our previous history while staying true to our mission of bringing together the best 18 leaders on campus. Through our visibility and our humble leadership, our motto sums it up perfectly: secular agenda. Let us be judged. We are not a secret society. We are a visible honor society. Members are remarkable student leaders that have accomplished great things their first 3 years on campus. Not by propping themselves up, but by helping those around them. Why would we ever want to hide that? Administrators, faculty, staff, students, they know that members of Campus Skull are individuals dedicated to making life on campus better for the entire Rutgers community. And today we welcome a new group of 18 students that would do just that. Class of 2017, the members that selected you and those that have come before you have set a wonderful precedent. Go back into the Rutgers community, represent the society with the humble leadership that will encourage students across campus to pursue excellence in their interests. Thank you again, everyone, for coming. I would like to invite Jack Rossi up, our giving chair, to introduce our speaker today, the phenomenal speaker. Thank you, everyone.
Hi everyone, my name is Gabrielle and I'm very excited to welcome back to the base Greg Bedard. Greg launched in 1997, so happy 10-year reunion almost, and the Rutgers Business School in 2003. He's currently the Vice President and Controller at Prudential Financial. An active participant in the Rutgers Alumni Committee, he has served as a chair for the Rutgers University Alumni Association Awards and Recognition Committee, and the Nominations Committee and Alumni Leaders Council. Greg is the co-chair and founder of the Prudential Rutgers Connection and is the corporate team captain for Prudential recruiting efforts here at Rutgers. In addition to his service at Rutgers, he has served in various leadership roles in the accounting profession at the state and national level. We are happy that he's taking time today to address our undergraduates. Please welcome Greg Bedard.
Congratulations to our newest class, the class of 2017. I think I'm grounded now. 2017 is over here. 2016 is over here. I've been told 2015 and prior. Raise your hands. Congratulations to our newest class, the class of 2017, and the class of 2016. Today we celebrate and give thanks to the 2016 Skulls for all the educators to Rutgers and to Captain Skull. For each inductee in the Captain Skull, today is truly a special day. As Karen said, it is a big deal. We're through your introduction. Rutgers recognizes your leadership and contributions on campus and strong affinity for your alma mater. I remember my classes that day well. It was almost 20 years ago to the day, very similar to what we have today. I learned from my experiences as a senior class Skull during the upcoming year what Captain Skull is all about. For today's newest class, it's important that through your own experiences this upcoming year, that you develop an understanding and appreciation for what Captain Skull is. And that you lead on society as you already have done on campus in recent years. I would like to help to get you started by sharing a few thoughts and experiences this afternoon. First, it's all about how you have led. You have been selected for your service to Rutgers and others. However, it's not just your leadership that we recognize today, but importantly, how you have exercised leadership here at the university. Simply said, you have put Rutgers and your service to others before yourself, As part of the oath we'll take today, assuming the oath hasn't changed, since 20 years ago, maybe it has, we'll find out. You will state that you will eschew all petty allegiances. The same or different? Same, okay. After my tap day ceremony, I think the first thing I did was go back to my room and look at the word shoe. By saying that you will eschew petty allegiances, you are reaffirming the same service and commitment to Rutgers that members of Captain Skull have demonstrated for the last 116 years. Senior year as number 2. Senior year as a member of Captain Skull. Senior year, relationships, bonds, and making an impact. You have a chance to truly make the most of this unique experience. You have a unique chance to develop bonds with 17 other peers and leaders that you may not otherwise have interaction with. I encourage you to spend time together as a class. Clearly, this class over here has done, and you guys are just prior to them. Those relationships and bonds that you make during your years of today and in the years ahead. You also have a chance to leverage the collective abilities of your class to make a mark in some way at Rutgers and for this society during your senior year. You each are among the most busy leaders on campus. It is said, if you want to get something done, who do you give it to? Someone who's already busy. Every class in here is different. We had a lot of fun with this back in the fall of 1996. My class chose to focus some of our time to elevate the profile of Captain Skull on campus among the student body. As we learned as a class what Captain Skull is all about, we believed at that time that the society was not well enough known or understood on campus at that time. So that became sort of our focus for the fall semester this senior year. After some consideration, we decided that the 3 words, which happened to be 2 of the words, the middle word, Skull, that had there on the altar, but the 3 words, history, spirit, and tradition, we decided those 3 words very well summarize the core attributes of Captain Skull back in '96. We developed a marketing plan for the end of October through early November for the 2 weeks from homecoming through Charter Day on November 10th, which included procuring a very large banner with the words history, spirit, and tradition, accompanied with a couple of skulls down in half caps on the banner that we hung outside Broward Commons with the help of the facilities department for those 2 weeks. The athletics department was very kind to let us advertise Captain Skull at a couple of football games with simple messages such as Captain Skull's watching. We marched as a class in silent procession. This is an open society, but we all focus on kind of maintain a little bit of seriousness about it, so that was our attempt to do that. And we ensured coverage of it all during those 2 weeks in the daily target. It created a lot of buzz on campus, and some things have stood the test of time. For example, Captain Skull, we as a society still use those 3 words, history, spirit, and tradition today. Relationships and impact. I encourage you as a class of 17, to begin to consider how you maximize your Captain Skull experience during the upcoming year. Thirdly, Captain Skull has an early connection and insight into the Rutgers alumni community. Captain Skull was my first introduction to the Rutgers alumni community through my interaction with the society's alumni executive committee at that time. At that time, we had several members on the alumni board from the classes of the 30s and 40s, if you can believe that. My class's interactions with Dick Hale, Art Kanan, Hank Fryer, Bert Manhoff, and Carlton Village. Carlton Village is, of course, 100 years old today. And others from that era was a unique window into the greatest generation, which I'm so grateful today to know at that time they were all gentlemen. That's since changed 10 years since then. These gentlemen were all in their affinity for and support of Rutgers. I hope this chance to mention each of them today as a small part to continue to recognize and honor their legacy to Rutgers and Captain Skull from their generation. During my senior year, I also met Captain Skull along from the younger generations, and at that time, younger generations had and found role models in them and how they worked in connectivity between Rutgers and their professional and personal lives. Something that time I hope to do in future phases of my life after I graduated from Rutgers as a member of Captain Skull. These first interactions with Rutgers alumni that Captain Skull provided opened my eyes to the role that we, as Rutgers and Captain Skull alum, and soon-to-be alum, can play to support the university and help one another through our common affiliation with, and affinity for, our youth. Life after graduation stayed connected to Rutgers. I can never 96 at my class's half day how much Rutgers has remained a part of my life through 2016. Take away from my remarks today, I hope that it is your relationship with Rutgers, as rich as it has been, and as impactful as we have been to Rutgers, that your connection with Rutgers has truly just begun. During the last 20 years since my tap day at various times, there have been new opportunities to connect with Rutgers that each time have made sense and been perfect at key moments professionally and personally in my life. Some opportunities I have sought out, and others have happened truly by chance. Looking back, every time that I look to connect with Rutgers, Rutgers has embraced the opportunity and said, yes. A few quick examples. Where did I do my job? When I had a specific goal to further develop my leadership style and certain leadership skills via managing staff. The answer? Yes, it was Rutgers. At Rutgers New Brunswick, at the Office of the Vice President for Student Affairs. After doing this for 2 years, where did I turn to earn an MBA in accounting and finance to be able to apply those leadership skills in a career in business? Here's the answer. Yes, it was Rutgers. At Rutgers. A side note is that I had hoped to complete my MBA in about a year, and only about a year, and re-enter the workforce before my. And guess what? MBA program that just fit into the. What do you think the answer is? Yes, it was Rutgers. During those immediate years after graduation, where did I continue to turn to further develop my leadership skills and professional development? The answer is. Yes, it was Rutgers. Via the Rutgers alumni community, I served in various volunteer leadership roles at the RIA, the Rutgers Alumni Association, and the Captain Skull Alumni Committee, which I served for several years. You probably see where it's going, right? Upon obtaining employment at Prudential, where I have turned for the last 12 years to hire top young talent that have a strong work ethic, a proven ability to navigate large organizations, i.e. the Rutgers bureaucracy as a student, and are prepared for today's corporate workplace, where did I turn to? It's a friendly crowd, a tough crowd at the same time. Yes, it is Rutgers. For the last several years, I have served as our company's, at Prudential, our company's recruiting team captain at Rutgers New Brunswick and Rutgers Newark. I am happy to report that company-wide at Prudential, 1 in 5 of our summer interns this past year were 4 of our college grad full-time hires company-wide were from Rutgers. And the reason that we hire from Rutgers is not because of that higher rate, but rather because of the success rate on the job of Rutgers alum, which is very high. And to that I say, go RU. Where have I turned to further develop my professional network? The answer is Rutgers. Yes, it is Rutgers. Via other Rutgers alumni, with the help of a dedicated group of fellow RU alum at Prudential, we established an internal employee group called the Prudential Rutgers Connection, as Gabrielle mentioned a moment ago, where we have identified 1,100 Rutgers alum at Prudential to date. We recently had our 5th annual Crew RU. You gotta love the sound of that. Crew RU. It works out very well. Alumni event this past October, where President Barchis served as a keynote speaker at our 5th annual alumni event, with about 250 to 300 alum and Rutgers faculty, administration, and students in attendance. The Crew RU Connection has established strategic objectives as to how Prudential and Rutgers, as two New Jersey flagship institutions, can work together across common areas of interest and continue to further the support relationship between the two institutions, Prudential and Rutgers. The opportunity to develop and lead this initiative has added a significant dimension to the professional life of a number of my colleagues now at Prudential that would not have existed if not for our affiliation with the university. With each interaction I have had at Rutgers during the last 20 years, including more recently as a member of the RUAA, Rutgers University Board of Directors, as an adjunct professor at the business school, and yes, taking my kids, Megan, Ryan, and Jason, to Scarlet Knights ball games. If their father has their way, they will most likely be members of class of 2027, 29, and 32. Hopefully, a majority or all will be at the school. And of course, the chance to be with you here today has provided the opportunity personally for myself to stay connected with this university and that school. That with each opportunity to stay connected to RU, there's also much personal satisfaction and growth to be gained, and lifelong relationships to enjoy along the way. Just as Kaplan Skull alum that I met during my senior year have maintained their affiliation and involvement with RU from the 30s and 40s all the way to the 90s, and now, as I'm meeting more of the younger alum who comes at my time, Joe and Karen and Julia and others, Rutgers will continue to remain an important part of my life. To the classes of 16 and 17, I hope that you may find a lifelong Rutgers journey as well. And soon enough, as a alum, you'll be saying, yes, it's Rutgers as well. Congratulations on this special recognition today, and all the best to this year's graduates, and thank you for the chance to celebrate this with you today. Thank you again, Greg. Really appreciate it. Great job. As a society, Kaplan Skull recently marked its 160th anniversary, as Greg pointed out. And while much has changed on campus since the society's founding, a few of those honored and worthy traditions still hold true, including Tack Day today. Many of our older members will recall a much different tapping ceremony when the entire university was out on the lawn, either on the old campuses, and schools, senior schools would lead their way to the section where the junior class was seated, and the senior school would stand behind the junior, pause for a moment, and then tap them on the shoulder. And that's the initiation. The CK has made that mention. But we are still assembled today on the old associates, family, and friends to recognize our newest class of outstanding student leaders. So to present the new candidates for membership, recite our history, and perform the initiation ceremony, I spoke the class of 2016.
Thank you everyone for coming. And before I begin, let's give Greg Bettis another huge round of applause for his inspiration and honoring us in this time today. To serve as the high school of the class of 2016. I can't of what an amazing and informative experience it was. Before all of you are some of the most brilliant, ambitious, and unique people I have ever met. Here, I'm incredibly grateful that even though each of our team were given their responsibilities and their positions, that they always built in time to devote to our Cap and Skull class and to spend time with each other. Each of you has inspired me, memories that we have shared. On to the next class, and I hope you question. So, Rutgers is incredibly lucky to have had all of you, and I want to take this and every one of you for your support and enthusiasm throughout this past year. But now, for what we've all been waiting for, the name of the high school tradition, we will share with you a little bit about Rutgers' tremendous leaders' history, followed by the introduction of a member of the class of 2017. Each chapter will be wrote, signifying our membership into this ancient organization. I ask that the audience please hold all applause until all the names have been called.
On November 10, 1766, William Franklin, the last colonial governor of New Jersey, signs the charter that brings Queens College into existence. Established to train young men for the ministry of the Dutch Reformed Church, the new college was named in honor of Charlotte of Mecklenburg, consort of King George III. Nicole Ramos. Nicole Ramos is a nutritional science teacher. She values introducing potential first-year students to the Rutgers community, as well as increasing the accessibility of healthy foods in the Rutgers. Next year, she will be a Ronald B. Mancosta Exotic, a physics instructor for exploring nutrition, chairwoman of Red Time Ambassadors, and completing a George East Cook Senior Honors Thesis. She will continue to cultivate a sense of community among students and continue to offer Rutgers students healthy food items.
In 1774, Queens College holds its first commencement exercise. 19-year-old Matthew Lake is the entire graduating class. About 20 years later, the trustees raised $12,000 and reopened the college the next year. On April 27, 1809, the cornerstone of the first building, Old Queens, is laid by President Ira Conrad. Considered by experts to be one of the nation's finest examples of federal period architecture, the building will take 14 years and more than twice its projected budget to complete. 3 years later, 1812 forced the college to close for the second time. Julia Mendez. Julia Mendez is from Scotch Plains, New Jersey, and she is a music education major at Mason Groves School of the Arts. She enjoys promoting accessibility of the arts to those in the Rutgers and the surrounding community through her student teaching experience, instructing the Exploring Music first-year interest group FIG, and as the managing director of the Livingston Theater Company. She is extremely grateful for all that Rutgers has provided her thus far, and she can't wait to continue to give back as a member of Cap and Skull.
In November 1825, the college reopens, this time quickly. In December, the trustees renamed the college in honor of Colonel Henry
Rogers, a Revolutionary War hero and member of President Philip Milligan Parish. In the next year, Rutgers College gets a donation from its name that has come to the popular of the old building. Later in the year, Cardinal donates the interest for a $5,000 fund. Cardinal Rutgers dies in 1930, leaving a third of the estate to charity, but nothing. Daniel Reggie. Daniel Reggie from Humboldt, New Jersey. He values dedication and ambition. He's passionate about building the social entrepreneurship circle at Rutgers through his work with the Rutgers Rural Society. Next year, he will be running SafeHale, a company focused on giving students a judgment-free way to get help. He's continuing to inspire and build the future entrepreneurs at Rutgers.
In 1831, the Alumni Association of Rutgers College was formed, and in 1845, the first Greek Delta Phi is founded. Both Delta Phi and Zeta Psi, Rutgers' second fraternity, are the most subversive by faculty and are outlaw. The fraternities go underground and becomes a in 1860, the Civil War is felt as a moment at the college lost to 64. Of the 25 students and 58 alumni who fight in the war, 16 are killed. Kirkana Hirda. Kirkana is from Bridgewater, New Jersey, and she is a public health major. Throughout her time at Rutgers, her passion has been creating those students to find a place at the university and become engaged members of the community. She has done that through her work with the Student Volunteer Council, the Representative Programming Association, Alternative Breaks, the Collaborative Center, and other departments at the university. Next year, she will be continuing her involvement with Grupa and different service organizations, as well as START, Grad Policy, and Public Health. She looks forward to developing her interest in social impact through her involvement on campus and beyond.
In 1864, the state legislature scientific school over Princeton University. State and Grand College by 1 vote. The goal of George Beach, the lobby for registry. The Dutch Reformed Church also settled its last time. Both events paved the way for a residential role at the state university. Jay Kashi. Jay Kashi originally grew up in Southern California, but now lives in Warren, Ontario. He is a double major in chemical engineering and physics. Jay has strove to apply education to science and physics. As one of the co-leads of the Kenya Water Supply Project as part of the Rutgers chapter of the Community Authorities, he helped build. Aside from this, Jay is the morning musician. He is the drummer and the current president of the Southview Army Gold. Whether you find him in the lab or on the dance floor, he hopes to spend the remainder of his time at Rutgers, inspiring students to see positive, sustainable change to the world.
In 1869, he began her year for students and the Scarlet Letter are founded. The school papers launched under the name Targum, which is period slang for cheat sheet. And scarlet is adopted as the school color because no flags of orange first choice could be had. On November 6th, Rutgers defeated 6 rounds to football game. For headgear, the Rutgers team wound their scarlet scarves into turbans for their heads. Tatiana is from Beverly Hills, California. She is a journalism and media studies major. She values the students for various forms of journalism to find their voices here at Rutgers. This summer, she will be interning at CBS Interactive social content at the Student Affairs team, and will hopefully be interning at a media company in New York. She is excited about being back in school and hopes to continue promoting independent journalism on campus. In 1873, Howard N. Fuller, from the 1874 class, writes On the Banks, the On Water. Kirkpatrick Chapel, which was also as a library classroom space for many years, is dedicated. 2 years later, under Robert 9 men of 1877, Revolutionary War era cannon, great signal and stolen from Rutgers 74. It takes the men 2 hours to drive the 1,088-pound cannon 200 yards to the horse-drawn wagon, and 7 hours to cart it back to New Brunswick, where it triumphantly loaded in front of Old Lee. Their heroism is short-lived. They have the wrong thing. Justin Lynn. Justin was New Jersey, although he was originally born in 1801. He studied supply chain and marketing at the Rutgers Business School. On campus, Justin helps his fellow students with academic planning and professional development as founder and current president of Rutgers Humanities, the university's premier social entrepreneurship organization. Justin is also very excited to teach a first-year entrance course next semester with the hopes of inspiring younger students to explore the business world beyond corporate walls.
To the campus first dormitory, Barnes Hall, a Rutgers legend, was created in 1892 when the Princeton football team breaks the leg of right arm. Training minister from Elizabeth because the first African American to graduate from Rutgers, Jamie Swartz. Jamie is an engineering major from Edison, New Jersey, cares deeply about women's empowerment and Rutgers green energy initiatives. This summer, she will be interning with General Electric's power conversion team to work on solar investments. Next year, she will be a student advisor for the Society of Women Engineers, using her experience as former president of the organization to lead out-of-the-box initiatives that promote women in STEM. She's also excited to continue her research in the laboratory for energy smart systems and work toward a more sustainable university as part of the and the Rutgers Energy Initiative.
January 18, 1900, 10 members of the senior class of Rutgers College assembled in the Kaisai Lodge on College Avenue and began to define what would become honor the Rutgers students would aspire to. Drawing inspiration from Skull and Bones, Yale Senior College Society, Public Studies seeks to identify and bring together the top leaders of the Rutgers College senior class. That night, the 10 founders drew up a constitution and adopted a code of secrecy and the agenda. Let us be judged by our actions. To ensure that the group would remain highly selective, selection of a new member would require new members. As a result, over the first decade of society, no more than 8 men per year became Common Skull members. Gabby Gavin is from Old Bridge, New Jersey. She's majoring in ancient. She loves different films that highlight outstanding members of the Rutgers community. Next year, she will be entering the second half of her career as president of Senior Hospital Story and continuing as a supervisor at RUT. She's excited to continue her work with the community more and redefining what it means.
The New Jersey College Woman, now Douglas College, opens in 1918. The next year, Paul Robeson, the only African American in this class, the third. Legend has it that Paul Robeson said his greatest and Rutgers achievement was not his 15 varsity letters, the selection as All-American football player, Phi Beta Kappa, or a class legend honor. It came when he was tapped the captain's skull. Megan K. Smith. Megan K. Smith is from Jersey City, New Jersey. She is majoring in political science and women's and gender studies. She has gained so much from her Rutgers experiences and wants others to get involved so that they has worked various jobs on campus for the past few years, and next year she will be writing about her thesis.
The 1920s found the college recovering from the First World War, and the Skulls began their selection criteria. Under the new system, each leadership position and honor on campus is awarded a point value, and students with the highest cumulative value are selected for induction into Common Skull. In 1923, the number of members to be tapped each year is fixed at 12, and a trifold criteria for selection is established: activities and athletics on campus, scholarship, and character and service to Rutgers. The Society's skull blazing caps are introduced in 1924 and are still worn today in honor of Michael Anderson. Michael Anderson is a junior studying journalism and media. They're a light author, strongly that a lot of the best and original In 1921, the College of Agriculture later renamed in honor of George H. Cook, and 3 years later, Rutgers College officially becomes Rutgers University. In 1928, the Holland Society of New York presents Rutgers with a statue that stands in Borges' law. Contrary to Campbell's myth, Louis' purpose is to symbolize the university's ties to the Dutch Reformed Church, not to whistle at passing virgins. And in 1937,
Captain's Club with an increasing complexity and number of college activities and positions across campus. The point system is abandoned for a new system which still results in 12 members. Antoinette Gingerelli. Antoinette, or Tony Gingerelli, is from Howell, New Jersey, and is a proud. Tony is passionate about empowering women to ensure they are represented in decision-making both at Rutgers and beyond. Ford Fellow and Rutgers Institute for Women's Leadership Scholar, next year, Tony will be launching a program called We Will Lead, a mentorship and leadership development program for middle school girls that embodies the idea of women supporting women. This upcoming year, Tony will also be finishing her term as American Association of Youth Representatives to Nations by organizing a briefing on the influence of young feminist activism at the UN in the UN.
With the onset of World War II, many of the best members of the Rutgers community put aside college careers and activities. Only 10 members were selected. The student body adopted out of the honor and induction into the group. Upon reporting the December 10th of 40 members, election to Captain Skull is the highest honorary distinction at Rutgers undergraduate achievement. Captain Skull resumes the traditional 12-member selection in 1944. Priya Kandasara. Priya is from Somerset, New Jersey. She is a genetics major. Throughout her time, organizing Philadelphia Hollywood 2016 and teaching the first year instructional seminar about Montana medicine. Priya is currently planning a trip to Uganda to conduct grassroots work with Rutgers Gold Medal. She is excited to continue fostering community growth among social justice organizations on campus who will work with the Rutgers Coalition for Social Change, an accidental result through the Rutgers No More campaign. If she's not researching in the lab, find an attention to find your own.
The University of Newark. In October 1946, a contingent of Rutgers men slip onto the Princeton campus and again try to steal the big cannon. They attach one end of the heavy chain to the cannon and the other to their floor. Surprised by Princeton men in the security, they gun the end forward so viciously that the car is torn in half. The Rutgers Army manages to escape, but with neither car nor Sivan Rosenthal. Sivan lives in Park, New Jersey, and she's a Middle Eastern Studies major. She is currently a regional organizer with the United States against sweatshops. Apparel contracts for working conditions in the factories where our apparel is produced. She has been lucky to collaborate on campaigns with other student organizations, faculty union, and staff unions at Rutgers and nationally. Next year, she will be collecting testimonials about the effects of urban planning in Jerusalem, or continuing to advise younger organizers at Rutgers.
Emerges from the College of South Jersey and School of Law to create the Camden campus. On January 31st, 1950, an all-day gala celebration held in honor of Captain Skull's golden anniversary. The first of its 10-year reunions, which still held today. The golden anniversary celebrates 440 men selected as members of the first years. 6 years later, in 1906, Rutgers becomes a state university and an instrumentality. Matthew Flanagan. Matthew Flanagan hails from Chester, New Jersey, and he's a biological science major. Matt is a member of the football team and spends whatever time he has off the field doing research as an arrested fellow at the Center of Alcohol Studies.
Hilltop football field as a member of Leadership Council. Next year, he plans to continue to excel in his football career and publish a comprehensive degree.
In 1961, the same year in which Rutgers Medical School was founded, John Peyton coaches the football team to its first years later, in 1964, the federal government gives Rutgers the 540 acres that served as the Army's camp. Through the 1960s, sweeping social changes were occurring. Organizations such as Catholic Skull selected nature exclusive to most. In 1969, Catholic School graduates instituted there. Jason Gaines. Jason Gaines is from New Brunswick, New Jersey, University. Since 7th grade, Jason spent much of his time as a teacher. Next year, he will continue leading a student organization he co-founded called the RFS Dream Team, a group that puts on programming for Rutgers Future Scholars with corporate mentors from companies that include AT&T. In addition, he will serve as the staff development manager for Livingston and Washington. He is very exciting students to lead with purpose.
Catholic Skull may have taken a leave from campus in 1969, but the alumni
Taylor Alice from Bridgewater, New Jersey, studying engineering. She loves exploring the world with her mom and sharing her global perspective with her peers at Rutgers. This summer, Taylor will be studying abroad in Costa Rica to learn about sustainable community development, interning at Credit Suisse, a technology analyst, and traveling with her mom to Kenya. It is a great pleasure and anticipation that Taylor continues to serve her communities within the School of Engineering, Rutgers, and beyond with her involvement in several engineering honors. Ladies and gentlemen, the class of 2017. At this time, I'd like to call Marie Helen and Anna Ruppel. I hold in my hand the pin, which is symbol of cap and skull. The cap signifies the knowledge which you have acquired at Rutgers. Use it always in her interest, that you may be a credit to her and her ideals. The skull signifies the death of petty ambitions, jealousies, or animosities that may have existed among you to the detriment of your alma mater. The ruby eyes in the skull indicates the new vision which is given to you as members of Cap and Skull, that you may view the needs and interests of Rutgers from a loftier plane. The teeth of the skull are pearls of great price, significant of the sacrifices which you have made for your alma mater, and for which you have been elected to membership in Cap and Skull. Let them be a constant reminder never to cheapen them by any act or deed which might bring discredit to the society. At this time, I'd like to explain a little bit about what High Skull is. So I had the absolute honor to work as the High Skull this past year and serve my awesome class. As part of being High Skull, you really have the honor to sort of serve and figure out who the next class is going to be and how you're going to demonstrate the university as a whole. So really, the High Skull is, sometimes it's the mom, or sometimes it's the best friend, or sometimes it's figuring out the best way to move forward, like standing up in the room until you figure out the next class. But at the end of the day, being High Skull is a great opportunity, and at this point, I'd like to call Justin Liu. So also I have the opportunity to serve as head cap for the class of 2016. And to just give you a little bit of an idea, the role is to support the High Skull in anything that they need. And also to serve as a secretary, so in all the meetings when we're talking about some important things and some really great people on campus to make sure students understand. So without further ado, the new high cap of the class of 2017 is Gabby Gallagher.
So this year, I've had the honor of serving as the High Bursar. Again, to give you what the High Bursar is, they essentially handle financial matters and assist the head so with any other tasks. So without further ado, our new High Bursar of the class of 2017 is Daniel Reggie.
wanted to go with that.
So now we're going to take the oath. We are assembled here today to invest in you men and women of Rutgers with the sacred trust which falls upon you as the chosen of the Catholic School Society of Rutgers University. At the beginning of the 20th century, we saw the birth of the Senior Honorary Society on the Rutgers campus. Catholic School was founded in 1900 to honor those sons and daughters of Rutgers who have best exemplified the high tradition of both Queens. Down through the years, the leaders in each succeeding class elected to membership those men and women who reflect the true spirit of Rutgers. You individuals have blessed this around.
You have been selected on the basis of your leadership, your character, and your contribution to Rutgers. Your election is a recognition of your achievements in the past and an expectation of greater service in the years to come. Service to Rutgers University is the alpha and omega of Catholic School. For many decades, the society has perpetuated the traditions and furthered the aims and ideals of Old Queen. Selfish motives and undue allegiance to minorities within the university have no place among the members of Catholic School. You have now been acquainted with the ideals of Catholic School. As those who have been selected by this body to assume the cloak of responsibility for carrying forth into the future these ideals, you are required to take an oath of loyalty. If there be those among you who cannot subscribe to these ideals, I charge them to signify at this time by raising their left hand. All those then who subscribe to the ideals of Catholic School will now raise their right hand and respond, I do. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that you shall forever be loyal to the sacred ideals of Catholic School Society of Rutgers University and will keep its secrets inviolate always? Do you solemnly promise that henceforth you will eschew all petty allegiances which prevent your serving Rutgers and her ideals wholeheartedly? Do you pledge that by your conduct as a man or a woman and a representative of Rutgers, you shall reflect that which is finest in the Rutgers tradition?
I do.
Will you endeavor to never forget that upon you rests the responsibility which is implicit in your being called by your colleagues and the world beyond campus, a loyal son or daughter of Rutgers?
I do.
By this act, we have placed upon you the mantle, the badge, and the obligations of Catholic School. In your hands is now entrusted the honor and respect which men and women of Rutgers long ago learned to hold for the society and the character of men and women in it. We charge you never to betray that trust. In closing, I would like to draw your attention to the inside back cover of your Tag program. Today, we have all shared in one of the finest and meaningful traditions that is still alive and well at Rutgers. One of the things that makes this Tag Day ceremony so special is that it brings family, friends, alumni, and undergraduates together to celebrate the passing of our society's great legacy and traditions onto a new group of exceptional student leaders. For each alum, spouse, family member, or friend of the Skull sitting here today, you know how important the Catholic Skull experience is and why it must continue being the bedrock of history, spirit, and tradition of this great institution. So in a special way, we wish to salute the generous contributions of our alumni, along with all of those who have given their support to our society over the years. Without you, today's ceremony would not be possible. The procession will lead to the tapping of the class around the Old Queen's Cannon. After pictures are taken, I cordially invite everyone to join us for a reception at Lions Hall, which is the building to your far right as you exit the chapel. I'd like to invite Julia and Bernadette up front to lead us in the alma mater.
It was going too well.